YouTube was good, man. It's your boy OC Mindset. Once you tap into the source, man, you don't really feel like you need to brag about it. What do I mean by this? This goes hand in hand with the law of attraction, man, which I'm planning to make a video on. I gotta slow down a little bit because I'm sipping on this pre-workout right outside the gym, right? But I needed to get this out. But once you tap into the source, once you tap into the law of attraction and you start using it to your advantage, right? To make things show up in your life. Maybe the first time that you do it, you're gonna be, you're gonna be, you know what I'm about to say. You're gonna stay surprised because you're gonna say, "There's no way that just happened, man." I was thinking about this. I was meditating on this thought for the longest time. It's been on my mind for the past weeks, days. Just out of nowhere. It almost seems like it seems that way, that it just pops up out of nowhere. And maybe the first time it happens, you want to brag, you want to tell somebody about it, you want to get on your Instagram and post about it and this and that, right? But which is totally understandable, man, because we as human beings, we all possess this power that we could all do it, but we sometimes forget how to do it, and we really forget that. We really forget what we're actually capable of doing. Because that's what us humans are capable of. We're capable of building things, So what am I getting at, right? Let me bring this back in. Over the past few weeks, I've been on a new business venture, right? And I don't want to get too much into the details. But I don't want to get too much into the details of this new business venture, but let's just say this, that there was a unexpected cost that came out of nowhere, right? And for some reason, I wasn't worried about the cost or the expense. It's not that I have a lot of money. It's not that I'm a billionaire that I can afford all these random miscellaneous costs that just pop up, right? Because that's what happens with business, fellas and ladies, because I know there's a few watching. Business costs, running a business, anything can come up. So this cost came up, right? And I'll just go ahead and say the amount. It was $3,000. It was like $3,000 and it was $3,084 and some 30 cents or something like that. So I was like, all right, cool, right? And what was crazy is that I was real chill. I was real calm about it. I wasn't what's going on? Why do I have to pay this much? I didn't make any excuse up. I didn't look to others as to why that cost was there. Why I didn't start blaming people. I didn't start regretting my decision. I didn't start, oh man, if I should have done this, I would have done this. I didn't start doing that, right? Which I used to do. I'm guilty of that, and I'm man enough to say that I'm guilty that I used to be that way. I think everybody has been that way at one point in their life. But for some reason, I heard when the person that I'm doing business with told me that, I said, okay, let me get back to you. Let let me figure some things out and I'll get back to you. Right? I said, okay, cool. And I mean, we've been in business before, so this person knows that, you know, I'm not just saying that as a cover up for a no. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know how sometimes you're unsure about something and you just say, oh man, I'm not exactly sure. You kind of beat around the bush. No, I straight up told him, let me think some things over. Let me figure something out. Cause that's really what I'm doing. I'm just trying to think how or what am I going to do to cover this cost? So anyway, I go about my day, went to the gym, got some food, got home, showered up, cleaned the crib up a little bit. And then it hit me, right? But not like, it didn't hit me like, again, in a negative way. I was like, all right, so how am I going to do this? I started thinking, how am I going to do this? How am I going to pay this? Started brainstorming. And for some reason, I still felt like, okay, like it's taken care of. I don't know why, man. I just felt that way. I felt it's taken care of, man. I don't really gotta worry about it too much. 4 years ago, I would have been like stressing. I would have been thinking about it, laying in bed. I would have been probably on my phone thinking about it, like trying to, you know, figure it out right then and there. Figuring out the problem right there in that second where when they told me about this expense, I would have tried to figure it out right there. Like, oh man, what am I gonna do? I probably gotta pawn this. I probably gotta sell this. I would have done some crazy things. And you know what's crazy is that I still thought it's taken care of. I still thought that because that's just when my brain, when my body was telling me like, we're good. Even though I didn't have 100% of a plan to actually pay this debt. I actually did not have a plan. That's the crazy part. But I still felt like it's taken care of. Right? So let me speed this story up a little bit, right? Because I don't want to make this video too long. A week passes, right? And, you know, during that whole week, like day by day, I start thinking, all right, how am I going to do this? What am I going to do? But now that I know about business and that I've been doing business and studying it for so long from mentors and, you know, other business owners, I'm thinking, I don't want to pay this out of my pocket, you know. I don't want to pay $3,000. I got the $3,000 in my bank account. I can literally take it, go pay this debt, but I don't want to do that because I know that having cash on hand is very important for other things. So with that being said, I started brainstorming what's the best ways. What's the best way that I can do this without actually going into my checking account to get this money. So I started brainstorming, man. And I remembered that I could apply for a credit card, a business credit card for my business. You know, it's been a few years. You know, I've made pretty good money with my business and always kept the account, you know, in good standing. Never went negative. Always, you know, paid taxes on time. Did everything that a business is supposed to do, a legitimate business. So I said, you know what? Let me try to apply for a credit card, right? A business credit card. I called my bank. I was like, yeah, I wanna apply for a business credit card. Haven't done it before, you know. I have no idea what I'm doing. Never really had credit like that before. Cool. She's really nice lady, man. She walked me through it. Did the application. Came back. I was approved for $10,000, man. And I'm not saying this, again, this isn't me bragging, because this is all about the source. For some reason, leading up to this point, or that point where I needed that credit card, which I didn't know I was gonna get approved for, I still didn't panic. I didn't panic. I didn't start blaming other people. I didn't ask anybody to help me. I just stayed calm and I figured it out. And why do I say that? Once you tap into the source, you don't feel like bragging. You don't. The reason I say that is because you could do it too. You watching this video could do the same thing. Tap into the source, which goes with the law of attraction. It's almost like a direct connection. You know how, like, when you have Wi-Fi, the signal's pretty good, like, depending on your Wi-Fi. But when you direct connect the Ethernet cable to whatever it is, it gets fast. Like, it gets like super fast. That's what I mean by tapped into the source. You have a direct connection with the universe. You have a direct connection between your thoughts and whatever makes things possible or manifest into the physical world. You literally have a direct connection. But once you establish that connection and you know how to use it every day in your everyday life, and for things that you really want to happen, you don't feel like you need to brag about it. Because anybody could do it. Anybody could establish that connection. And just as easy as it was to just become aware of that connection and connect with the source, just as easy as it was to connect, it's as easy as to unplug from it. It's like that saying, man. I always bring up these sayings, right? Because I'm telling you, man, I'm actually pretty wise for my age. I've read a lot. I've mainly because I've taken life lessons from older people, right? And the saying was this. This was the saying. It was a quote, saying, whatever. The quote was, "You might have everything today, but it could all be taken away tomorrow, man." That's the reason why I never brag about it. Because I know that all of this that I have and that I'm going to get could all be taken away very easily, man. And I know that might scare some of y'all, because you don't understand it, right? But what I'm saying is this. If you know that I got these things, I'm proud of them, but these things can go away tomorrow, if you know that, then you'll work twice as hard to keep them. That could be whatever. Everybody works hard for different reasons, man. Everybody has different reasons. Some reasons they'll be 100% with you. They'll be honest with you about them, and other things they'll lie. And to be honest, I don't need to lie about what drives me. What drives me is freedom. To wake up whenever I want. If I want to wake up at 3:00 in the afternoon because I was partying or something, or just had a long night in the studio, or had a long night doing whatever with family on vacation, I could do that. I could wake up at 3-4 o'clock in the afternoon. I could go and get up tomorrow and say, you know what, I want to take my family on vacation. Mom, pack your bags for a week. a week trip. We're gonna go to Mexico. And of course, I mean, that's being extreme, right? But every business owner obviously has to take care of business first. But once you're a business owner, you have freedom to do pretty much whatever you want. Responsibility is on you. Everything. Success, your rate of success is on you. Your rate of failure is on you. You control how much time you play. You control how much time you work. But all right, man. This video is already long enough. I really hope you made it through, man. If you like these longer videos where I really just break this all down, give me a like, man. Give me a like, subscribe, leave a comment if you want, and I'll see you on the next one.